Howdy y'all, welcome to Airgun Sunday. We got an Air Force Texan. This is on loan to the channel from my friend Ian. He picked this up used. He wants me to go through it and cast him some bullets for it, get it all prepped up for him so he can do his deal on it. You can say Ian's a writer for a lot of airgun blogs and stuff. So this is not a new gun, it's been around a while. This one's in 357. They make it in 257, 308, 357, and 457. And the 457 was the original Texan. They came out with different calibers. The gun itself, basic design, Air Force has been making these for a long time in all the typical airgun calibers, 177, 22, 25, stuff like that. This particular one has a 34-inch barrel. It's got a 2-stage trigger, non-adjustable. It's about 2.5 pounds, something like that. Tank holds, they say 2,900 psi. The gauge is says 3,000 on it before it starts redlining, so take that for what it is. Anyway, we went out for 3 range sessions with this thing. First one was me and Ian met up so he could give it to me, and we shot it and kind of got things scoped out a little bit. And saying scoped out a little bit, we was thinking that his rings that he used were bad and causing some issues. So when I brought it home, I went through it and cleaned it up, bought some new rings, bought some of these new UTG scope rings to put on it. Cleaned the barrel. We found out, they say he's got this thing used. We don't know the track record on it. When I cleaned the barrel, I found out somebody had been shooting jacketed bullets out of it, and it was copper fouled in there, so I had to clean all that out. So we started off with a good fresh barrel. Went back to the range the second time with the bullets we decided we were going to use, and still couldn't hit nothing, and it determined the scope itself was bad, because when I was trying to adjust it, looking through it, it wasn't moving. So we ended up having to go to a third session, and we did okay on the third session. Nothing great. We're just trying to find a bullet that whoever owned a gun like this could be self-sufficient type thing, you know, have his own air supply, whether it's a hand pump or electric, you know, compressor, and be able to cast bullets for it. You know, there's tons and tons of bullets you can buy online, but you know what happens if you can't get a hold of those. So anyway, we decided on 3 bullets to try, and they're all Lee molds, the cheap Lee molds. The first one is the Lee 356 120 trunnion cone, and the next one is the Lee 125 or 358 125, and then the next one is the 358 158. They're cast with lead with a little bit of tin in it. That's all that's in it. So let me bring you in here and do an up close on the gun right quick, and All right, there's the tank. That's a little buttstocks on it. It could be improved, but that's what they make on it. Here's your loading port. Or this lever cocks it, and there's your loading port. Say it's got a 34-inch barrel on it. The hammer and spring is right in here, and it comes back and hits this. This is the valve, and they call that the top hat. Hits that and shoots the air right behind the pellet straight out. Got a gauge on the other side, and it's also got a wheel right here for a velocity adjustment. All right, so this isn't no futuristic gun. It may look like one. Technically, the basic design was made in the 1770s. And some of y'all may know this. Lewis and Clark carried an air rifle. Giordoni. I probably screwed that up, but anyway, same basic design. This is just a modern version of it, using modern materials, bringing the pressure up, you know, stuff like that. The Giordoni was a 20-shot repeater in .46 caliber. Now this is obviously a single shot, but modern technology applied to that system. Shoots great. So, all right, let's roll some range footage at this point. .81 grains.
Use this finger. Okay.
66.
All right, back from the range. Here is the 120 grain truncheonated cone. We got 4 shots there, and I think 1 went over. And this is at 100 yards. Okay. Let's see here. Here's the initial 125 grainers, and they weigh actually 131 with pure lead. There's 4 shots there. That was actually my first shot, and then the next 4 right here. I don't know why the one shot went way over there. This was actually powder coated ones, and then this one was pure lead, uncoated. We tried a few powder coated ones that seemed okay. Didn't really do any better or any worse. So we decided that the 125 was going to be our best start. And we could probably find more moles, you know. We didn't want to spend any money right now on that, you know. We haven't tuned anything. This is set on wide open. We can tune it and get some better velocity numbers. Not for so much as higher. Highest we're going to get is the first shot, the way it's set up right now. But we can pull it down a little bit where the first shot's not so high, and then the third shot would be the tallest or highest, which would give you a slight bell curve. You basically get 5 shots shooting full power or almost full power on it. You might stretch out to 6. You turn that power wheel down, way down to the minimum, you can get quite a few more shots out of it. You can probably double the shots. All right, anyway, since we decided let's go with the 125, I set up a target, and this target is nothing but the 125s. That was my first shot using that on this target, and the second one, that's a 5-shot group. They all seem to kind of spread out a little bit. And then actually this one was the powder coated. Where the powder coated worked better on the other target, it didn't here for some reason. Now we was fighting a good wind from right to left today at the range day. It was a constant, by my app on the phone, a constant 8 to 10 mile an hour wind with gusts. So, you know, I could affect it. I know this is a big heavy bullet, but they're not traveling real fast, and at 100 yards it can push it around. The velocities were the 120 grainer, 936 was the average, with about 245 foot-pounds of energy. The 125 was 949 feet per second average, with about 260 foot-pounds of energy. The 158 was doing 917 average, with 300 plus foot-pounds of energy. And I say plus because there was some that was actually under 300, and there was some way over 300. The first shot was like 340. Like I say, if you get this thing tuned, it's going to bring it down some, and more in around the 300, you know, maybe a little over 300 for an average on them. So you just that goes into tuning the gun. Now, one more thing I want to say is I didn't just jump on the bandwagon for the Air Force Texan, and I want to say this because just the week before we did this last range footage, you know, me and Ian's been working on this thing, on this little project together, I guess you could say, for over a month now. You know, but from the time he got it and he contacted me, and I casted bullets, and we did this and that. Anyway, last week there was somebody came out with a video, Air Force Texan in 308, and it's I didn't hear any details. I kind of heard some rumors, but I mean I can't confirm them. But you know, obviously he doesn't have the factory barrel on it, and I bet you he's got some modified valve in it too. But he's shooting a 308, 150 grain, 150, 155, I can't remember now, Mr. Hollow Point bullets, where he bought them from a guy named Mr. Hollow Point. Set a record shooting 18-inch square steel at 2,058 yards. So yeah, they can be modified to be really accurate. Right now they're good accuracy, but not bench rest accuracy. Okay, they're not bench rest guns. They're utilitarian guns. They're made for hunting and stuff like that. We got enough accuracy out of this one, you know. I wouldn't push it past 100 yards right now the way it is. You know, I would set my hunts up to be 75 yards. If I can get one at 75 or closer, great. If it goes out to 100, you know, I'm still okay. But yeah, 75 yards is what I would hunt with this one. And it's got more than enough power. It's got it's well above our state minimum for air gun hunting. My personal custom 308 air rifle doesn't put out as much power with this one, and I've killed deer with it. So anyway, I want to thank Ian for loaning this to the channel, and I want to thank everybody that's been watching.